How to speed up your metabolism. We read a lot of mistakes on the internet about speeding up your metabolism, and we will see in fact that it is not that complicated. Maybe today you feel that you have a slow metabolism that prevents you from losing weight. You just need to put in place some simple but very effective things that will allow you to boost your metabolism, and we'll talk about that in detail right now. On this channel, we approach health from a global point of view by working on the 4 pillars of health: diet, physical activity, mind and sleep. If you are not yet a subscriber to the Top Fitness Health YouTube channel, consider subscribing, and if you want to be notified when a new video is released, consider activating the little bell. For many people, metabolism is something complicated, when in fact, on principle no, it is rather simple. Metabolism, in short, is the amount of calories you burn when you do nothing. It's called basal metabolic rate. And in many people, the metabolism can be slow. In other words, it does not consume enough calories daily and therefore, it stores, and this results in weight gain. Take for example a car engine that idles to save energy. It runs slower, so it will misfire. In your body, it's a little more complex than that, because there are a lot of hormones that play a role in energy management. We're going to talk here about the main hormone for managing your energy, insulin, which is surely the fundamental key to managing your metabolism. Insulin is the hormone that allows you to store the energy you consume through your diet, mainly as glucose in your cells, to create reserves. Your body has several reserve areas to store this energy generated by food, and mainly thanks to carbohydrates. These reserves are found in the adipocytes, in other words in the fat cells, in the liver and in the muscles. There are 2 hormones: the storage hormone, insulin, and the destocking hormone, glucagon, which is the hormone that allows you to use the energy in your fat cells to transform them into energy when your body needs it. If your body were an engine, we could say that insulin is the hormone that would allow you to store energy in the engine, and glucagon is the hormone that would allow you to extract energy from the engine. You cannot have a metabolism that increases its speed if you have an insulin level that is high. Insulin, the storage hormone, will slow down the engine, while glucagon, the destocking hormone, will increase its speed. So that everyone can understand, remember, you cannot have a metabolism that increases its speed if you have an insulin level that is high overall. This is extremely important. So to boost your metabolism you must have a low insulin level, so that your body feeds itself from fats and not from sugar or glucose. The goal is not to become a carbohydrate or glucose burning machine, but the goal is to become a fat burning machine. Having an insulin level that is chronically high overall prevents your body from drawing on fat to function, because it is in storage mode all the time. The storage is going to be almost perpetual, which will prevent your body from drawing on its fat reserves. To summarize, your body is in energy saving mode because of the predominant hormone, the storage hormone, insulin. Your goal to speed up your metabolism will be to be much less dependent on insulin, and to ask your body to tap into its reserves, in the fat mass thanks to glucagon. How to make sure that you are a fat-burning machine and no longer a permanent glucose-burning machine. First point, you need to have an overall paleo diet, and in particular a diet that is low in carbohydrates, low carb. The more carbohydrates you have in your body, the more your body will become a carbohydrate-burning machine, which is logical. It's a fuel source that's going to be a priority for it. And as long as you give it some, it will use it. So you need to decrease the overall amount of carbohydrates you eat on a daily basis and consume mainly proteins and fats. You must consume less than 100 grams of carbohydrates per day. Second very important point, activate the destocking thanks to intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is the absolute technique that allows you to force your body to draw on its reserves. Since you no longer give it food, you force it to draw on the fat mass. Let us take for example the format of intermittent fasting 16/8, which gives this result: 16 hours you do not eat, and 8 hours you eat. You are going to force your body to go to seek in its reserves. As a result, insulin will decrease and glucagon, the opposite hormone, will increase. You will thus force your body to increase its metabolism, because it needs the energy that is in the fat. Intermittent fasting combined with a low-carb paleo diet is the perfect combination to start activating your metabolism, which will work much faster. Another very important point is that after diet, there is physical activity. Many people think that going for a short jog is enough to lose weight and speed up their metabolism. In fact, this is not true. Endurance sports in light mode are not at all reliable. The effectiveness of a sport is defined by these three things: its duration, its intensity, and the level of recovery that you will have afterwards. So when we go jogging, it lasts on average more than 30 minutes, and it's quite long. The intensity is rather low, because the cardio level is low. For the recovery, it will depend on you. It can be just 1, 2 or 3 days, it depends on each one. What works very well to accelerate the metabolism are high-intensity sports like HIIT, high-intensity interval training. These are sports that allow in a very short time, usually a few minutes, with a high intensity and a recovery of a few days. In order to force your metabolism to accelerate through a high demand for energy, very fast, and your body will be forced to draw on its reserves. We have a thermal effect that lasts quite a long time, which means that after an intense HIIT interval training of barely 4 minutes, 8 times 20 seconds with a break of 10 seconds between each exercise, your body will be forced for several hours to draw on its fat reserves. There are many studies that show that this works much better than get into HIIT or CrossFit, for example. Contrary to what many people think, these sports are adaptable, which means that they are suitable for any age. And in any case, if you have a good coach, he will always be able to explain to you how to adapt the movements, the physical exercises in relation to your state of health, in relation to your physique, in relation to your capacities. The ideal format for HIIT interval training is the Tabata format. It is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest to be done 8 times, which corresponds to about 4 minutes of work. And believe me, when a Tabata format is well done, in just 4 minutes, it can be completely exhausting and very effective. It works really well if you do it regularly. You will force your metabolism to gradually boost its speed. The third very important point to increase your metabolism is to do strength sports, because when you have muscle mass, you increase the speed of your metabolism. A muscle at rest consumes energy even when you do nothing. Conversely, the more fat you have, the more you will decrease your metabolic rate, because you will send a signal to your body. A signal that will be linked to leptin, a hormone that is secreted by adipocytes. The more leptin is secreted, the more it will generate what is called leptin resistance, which tends to make you gain more and more body fat. It's a real vicious circle. So we repeat, it is very important. The more muscle mass you have, the more your metabolism increases, the more weight you lose. And in the opposite case, the more you have fat mass, the more your metabolism decreases in terms of speed and the more you gain weight. Again, there are a lot of cliches that go around when it comes to muscle strength. A lot of people think that you have to become a bodybuilder, that you have to have big, huge muscles, and that's not at all what we need here. In fact, you need to have deep muscles, for example, which are quite effective. When we talk about muscles, I'm not talking about muscles in terms of bodybuilding. I'm talking about muscle tone, such as Pilates, for example. For women can be really very effective because you're mainly working your deep muscles, so that's great. Not only do you increase your muscle mass, but you also increase your body tone and its ability to be straight, to have a better posture. In short, this has only advantages. Last but not least, forget about false solutions such as caffeine, or miracle pills that promise to speed up your metabolism. These pills have in fact only one vocation: to increase your sympathetic nervous system, in other words the nervous system which will be linked to stress, and also to make you spend money for nothing. In the short term, you will be able to lose weight thanks to an increased metabolism. If you are not yet a subscriber to the Top Fitness Health YouTube channel, consider subscribing, and if you want to be notified when a new video is released, consider activating the little bell. See you soon for more videos. And until then, take care of yourself.